In this video, Naval Ravikant will share 11 genius insights that I wish I heard earlier. I'm Jordan, made over $5 million, hired 50 people, and there is so much wisdom in the following clip.
A calm mind is a bigger problem, but I think everybody wants to have a calm mind.
Well, meditation, that actually does, you've talked about that before.
Yeah, meditation is an overloaded word. It means everything to every person. I think understanding is probably a better route. What you want to be is you don't want to be meditative for an hour a day while you sit there with your eyes closed. You want to be meditative all the time. And so anything that is consistently with you is a byproduct of understanding. It's a deep conviction. And you're only going to get there by thinking it through for yourself. In a way, reading other people's philosophy, including reading the almanac, is like reading the answers to a bunch of math problems. Like you got a math textbook, then you skip to the end, you start reading the answers. Well, that's not going to do anything for you. What you want is the understanding. So you can get inspired by other people, but you have to figure it out for yourself. And the things in which you have deep conviction, they do modify your psyche. They do modify your mind. They do modify your internal state. And so that's the kind of meditation that you want. You also don't want to self-obsess too much. You want to find things outside of yourself if you want a calmer mind, because all depressed people are victims of rumination. They're self-obsessed. They're constantly thinking about themselves. And you can see that people who are either highly religious or they have children, they have something that they love more than themselves. They're not self-obsessed, so they can kind of get out of their own mind. So in that sense, I think modern therapy, where you can just sit there with a therapist and go in circles for 10 years, can be a trap, because you're just obsessing about yourself all over again. And the more seriously you take yourself, the less happy you're going to be, because at the end of the day, there's nothing. Unless Brian Johnson gets us there living forever, you exit this world the same way you came in, with absolutely nothing. You can't take it with you.
Wow. Before Naval goes deeper, let's listen closely to what he just said.
You don't want to be meditative for an hour a day while you sit there with your eyes closed. You want to be meditative all the time.
Don't meditate, be meditative. But why and how?
Anything that is consistently with you is a byproduct of understanding. It's a deep conviction. And you're only going to get there by thinking it through for yourself.
Lasting peace can't be downloaded. It is a byproduct of understanding. And understanding is a self-made map. But does that mean you should not read books? Not even these recommended ones from Naval? Or my weekly 2-minute email with truths that I find in my own life?
Reading other people's philosophy, including reading the almanac, is like reading the answers to a bunch of math problems. Like you got a math textbook, then you skip to the end, you start reading the answers. Well, that's not going to do anything for you. What you want is the understanding.
Very true. What you think you want are the answers. What you actually need is understanding. Or how I like to say it, philosophy read is knowledge, yet philosophy lived is transformation. But why is understanding so different?
Things in which you have deep conviction, they do modify your psyche. They do modify your mind. They do modify your internal state.
True understanding creates a deep conviction that results in an effortless and lasting change. And I think the key words here are effortlessness and lasting. Beliefs are extremely powerful. So by trying to understand something, you remove the belief, you remove the untruth, and you will change how you feel without effort involved. Like for example, children who have not realized yet that Santa Claus is not real and thus live in fear when their parents tell them that they're on the naughty list. In that same way, when you understood, when that understanding came to you that he wasn't real, you no longer felt this fear being on the naughty list. All of it without effort, because you understood.
You also don't want to self-obsess too much. You want to find things outside of yourself if you want a calmer mind, because all depressed people are of rumination. They're self-obsessed. They're constantly thinking about themselves.
The great paradox: to experience more peace, think less about yourself. And think about it, doesn't our greatest teacher live outside of our thoughts? What I mean with that is that the more you lose yourself in something outside of you, the more you experience no mind, or mushin, the flow state we all know. And I have found for myself that the great life is one that is spent in the most amount of flow, in the most time spent in no mind. But then is everyone who goes to a psychologist or a therapy wrong?
Modern therapy, where you can just sit there with a therapist and go in circles for 10 years, can be a trap, because you're just obsessing about yourself all over again. And the more seriously you take yourself, the less happy you're going to be.
The more serious you take yourself, the less happy you will be. And you take yourself so serious because you have all of these identities, don't you? For instance, my father had a heart attack recently and cannot go to the gym, at least temporarily. But he sees himself as a 60-year-old who's fit, healthy, and looks good for his age, which is why he felt so much anger and pain. So peace is found in freedom from all of these identities, thoughts and mind. But then can't we really improve together, Naval? I mean, everyone who watches this is probably so extroverted.
The only real improvement is self-improvement. As you know, I don't really believe in groups other than as a vehicle for the individual to improve themselves. All rights are fundamentally individual rights. All truth-seeking is an individual thing. Curiosity is an individual thing. Groups are effective for getting things done. Humans are an organized species. We're not hive mind like ants or bees, but we are meant to kind of rally together, use our ideas, tell stories to each other, inspire each other, and then use collective efforts to get what we want. But if you're looking to improve yourself, or if you're looking to figure out the truth, you're probably much better off as an individual following your own natural curiosity.
Follow your curiosity. But what if you have the desire to make money?
That's really what it boils down to, is curiosity and sort of a commitment to learning the correct answer. And I think if you have that, then you can fulfill almost any desire.
Following your curiosity is the effortless way to fulfill your desires. But then how do you follow your curiosity and still make money while avoiding this self-obsession and the stress that comes with it? Well, that was my question, and Naval shares 16 genius insights about exactly that in this video. See you there or in the weekly email that I write that you receive if you download this Google Sheet with over 80 free tools that I use in my personal life and business. Talk soon.